start with a fruit smoothie, and like my husband said, add some greens to it, and each day add a little bit more greens, so that you start with a fruit smoothie that you really know and like, and eventually you're starting to get some greens in your day. We're here for a grocery haul this week. It's pretty small. It consists of things that we got from Walmart. And the main difference for this grocery haul is that we were just buying, mostly for these next few days, the things that we need for the smoothie that we've been having every morning. It's become a pretty good ritual in our household. Even though I live with a meat and potatoes husband, he seems to enjoy that smoothie in the morning. It really adds such a great amount of nutrient value to his day and to the different vegetables that he'll go ahead and try in a day. So it consists of the kale mostly and the fruits. And those are the main things he puts in it. I put other things too. You can look on our website to find out what those are. But here's the grocery haul. So just step back here for a second so you can see it. It consists of the chopped salad that he likes to have, which is broccoli, green cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, radicchio, cranberries. And he's using this mix for his smoothie every morning. In fact, he usually makes one big enough for both of us to have. And it's just loaded with great cruciferous vegetables. The broccoli, green cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, radicchio, all of those things I just mentioned are cruciferous vegetables, along with others that are not mentioned here. And he's just not using the poppy seed dressing, so it's costing him a little extra, but it's probably not costing him extra in terms of his health, since the salad dressings are loaded with all kinds of oils that are not as healthy as natural oils that come in nuts and seeds and avocados. So there we have some Brussels sprouts. Those are cruciferous. Cruciferous are what we use in our body for detoxification processes. Here's some mini sweet peppers, organic. Most of these are organic in here. Sweet peppers that you can use in things, or you can just use them for dippers and make a little avocado dip or hummus and use them for dippers. They're great for traveling. Green beans, that's one of his favorites, and I really think green beans are many people's favorite. The biggest problem is we need to use them quickly, but they have their own value. They help people detoxify from aluminum. That's one of the things I've used them for in my practice before. But in any case, it's a good source of a green vegetable for those who are just starting out especially. We purchased 4 bags of this lovely Market Side Organic Rainbow Kale Mix, consisting of green, red, and Tuscan kale. They last longer than something like lettuce would. It usually goes to the date it says to use them by, and maybe a couple days beyond. So really good, really concentrated amounts of nutrient density. And if you were following Brooke Goldner's Hyper Nourishing Green Smoothie recipe, she uses a pound of cruciferous vegetables a day. So a pound of kale, it's a lot in a smoothie. I'm getting ready to invest, there's my 4 bags, invest in a new blender because I've almost worn my low-speed blender out. So I will be investing in a new blender. If anyone has any suggestions, that would be really helpful. These are just apples. They go in the smoothie. Bananas. I don't think I've eaten so many apples and bananas as I have recently because I put them in my smoothie. Same with, dark berries and cranberries and mango. Any kind of fruit you want in that smoothie. Start with a fruit smoothie, and like my husband said, add some greens to it, and each day add a little bit more greens, so that you start with a fruit smoothie that you really know and like, and eventually you're starting to get some greens in your day. And even if you just do a handful of greens in that fruit smoothie, and then the next day do a little bit more until you build up. We got some sweet corn because it is corn on the cob, because it is that season of the year. So that should be really delicious. I bought the limes and lemons, which I'm going to squeeze with my juicer and put them in my ice trays and put them in the freezer so they'll be prepped for when I need them. Some cucumbers, mainly because I love cucumbers and they're great with hummus. Same with the peppers. But also, one last thing about the cucumbers and sweet peppers. These are easy to prep early, but they go bad fairly quickly, especially once they're chopped. And what I'd like you to know is just that if you use a little bit of water with a teaspoon of vinegar in it, you will acidify the water that you're washing them with, and it will cut back on the tendency for them to grow fungus, and they'll last a little bit longer. So instead of lasting 1 or 2 days, you might get them to last a week when you wash them with that solution of water with a little bit of vinegar in it. And lastly, these broccoli, I wanted to say 2 things about. One is they're a cruciferous vegetable like the kale and cauliflower and broccoli and everything. But they also tend to be something that lasts a little longer in your fridge. These are a nice, small, tender kind of Brussels sprouts, so they're going to be really good. But they last a little bit longer. The shelf life is a little bit longer on broccoli sprouts, so that they can be used towards the end of the grocery cycle. And the other really interesting thing about the Brussels sprouts is that they tend to be higher in protein than you might imagine. So that's a really good thing if you're looking for a little burst of protein in your day. But also very interesting that pound for pound, greens, leafy green vegetables have one of the highest, if not the highest, amount of protein in them, pound per pound, compared to other vegetables. Very interesting when I read that and found that out. So, okay, everybody, that's the end of the grocery haul for this week. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your green smoothie is doing for you. And we will see you in one of our next videos.